enough. Okay, getting to your stock picks this evening. And sorry to the viewers who sent questions on Sun International and CopX. Zanati will get those to those tomorrow night. Alex, what are you going for this evening?
So I think for those that are willing to buy some South African small cap stocks, there are quite a lot of compelling opportunities at the moment. And one of those are Argent, which I have highlighted before, but I still think Argent is incredibly undervalued at the moment. So the net cash compared to market cap of the business is, call it roughly mid 30s to 40% as market cap. So yes, they're going to earmark some of those for deals overseas, but yet it's made that there's no balance sheet risk.
Yeah.
The SA component of the business has been outperforming for quite a number of years. Hopefully, if economic activity picks up a little bit, they could perhaps do a bit better and perhaps make it easier to sell, because they are trying to sell the SA assets, invest more in offshore. And offshore businesses, which are predominantly in the UK and a couple of other regions, are doing very, very well. I mean, they're making ROEs on that part of the business over 33%, which means it should be trading at quite a sizable value compared to its book value within that part of the business. And overall, Argent is trading at quite a sizable discount to book value. So we think Argent is incredibly undervalued, and it's continuing to do well. It's got a big order book, and it's got businesses which print cash, but there is some acquisition risk in the UK. But other than that, we think the business is very undervalued, and one for investors who wants to enjoy deep value, have a look at Argent.
Yeah, and certainly they've had a really great year, actually. And so maybe are starting to catch a bit more attention. Deryck, how about you? What are you going for?
I'm going to stay in the SA Inc. retail space, and I'm going to go for Mr. Price. I think that the trading statement was generally quite positive. I think if you just kind of look into the detail, you'll see that June sort of growth was up about 12.7%. Yes, if you average it out over the time period, not great. But I think the backdrop of a better economic environment, less load shedding, the potential of interest rates starting to turn and come down before the end of the year, I think all plays into the hand of Mr. Price. And I think if we do get some foreign interest in South Africa as we start to move towards the end of the year and into early next year, I think it's not on a demanding valuation. Looking forward, it's probably above its medium. But I do think that you could get a bit of a revaluation in some of these SA retailers, and Mr. Price is certainly going to be one of the beneficiaries of that. So, Mr. Price this evening.
Okay, James, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for your time this evening. Much appreciated. Deryck Janse van Rensburg is from Anchor Securities. Alex Duys is from Umthombo Wealth. And as I said, those questions we didn't get to, we will tomorrow night. But do stay tuned for the close up next.